Alright, so I'm back. Like I said, Everett Ross. He's coming. He wakes up from the shot from the thing from the explosion, and then he comes back. He talks to see what talks to Shuri about where he is. He's in Wakanda, and he sees Wakanda, and then going further. Eric Killmonger, he takes the throne, and Eric Killmonger, he takes the throne. What else? Actually, I forgot in the other scenes. It talks about how when Nakia and T'Challa, when Nakia and T'Challa are talking, they're talking about they're talking about like you get about kings, about T'Challa being about the Kira talking to T'Challa about like how you have to get to decide what kind of king you're gonna be, and they're talking about it, and then like I said further on, T'Challa, Eric Killmonger gets the throne, and then he drinks the purple herb, and then he goes and sees his. He goes back. He goes in the sand thing, and then he sees his. He sees his uh, dad, and he wakes up, and then he is now like he takes the throne, and then actually I forgot to say he takes the he wakes up, and then he sees that spoiler right here, this is a major spoiler. um, Eric tells the people to burn all the Eric tells the people to burn all the purple orbs, but but one of the people say no, it's part of Wakanda, and then Eric Eric tells everyone to burn the herbs. So then um, Nakia Nakia, Shuri, Everett Ross, Shuri, and um, Nakia Nakia actually Everett Ross and Nakia and and the others, and the two other and T'Challa's mom and sister, Nakia starts to steal one of the herbs, and they go to the winter's place where Mabaku lives, and and they see that T'Challa's still T'Challa's in a coma, and how they got T'Challa was by the river, and then they put him to the snow, and then they put the herb, and then T'Challa goes to his dad and says you to his dad, like, why did you abandon the boy? Why did you do that? Why did you kill Nujabu? And then he comes back to life, and you know um, he comes back to life, and what else I was about to say? Affected. I forgot what I was about to say. Sorry. Oh yeah, and then then what was that? Killmonger is he goes outside, he sees the attack, and then a ship crashes, and T'Challa's back, and then then after that the other people, the Dora Milaje and the other guards, they have a fight, and they're fighting, and then Eric, and then later Eric Killmonger. Then then sorry. Then Shuri and Nakia and Everett Ross. They Nakia, grabs the Nakia. Shuri grabs these two things. They're like blasters, and then uh, next then who else? Who else? And then Nakia grabs the things and the rings, and then she throws it when froze, and then Everett Ross, who was and if you probably if you've seen the in the movie, Everett Ross is a ex-pilot and who's now a CIA agent, and so Everett Ross, pilots the ship, and then later, and then they start fighting, and then Eric Killmonger, um, T'Challa is getting attacked by the swords, and then Eric Killmonger and T'Challa are fighting each other in underneath the cave thing where where the rock thing that is just guy in Wakanda, and they're fighting, and fighting. What were they doing? They're fighting. They're fighting, while the others are fighting, fighting. And then M'Baku shows up and then stops all the madness, and and I also forgot to mention the rhinos come in and they start battling, and Eric Killmonger and Michael B. Jordan, no, not Michael B. Jordan, T'Challa are fighting, and then Eric Killmonger tries to kill T'Challa, then T'Challa kills Killmonger with the sword, and then after that he didn't die. He doesn't die, but like he says, man, Wakanda. I never imagined Wakanda would be so beautiful. And then you know they go up, and then they stop this battle, and then and then T'Challa and T'Challa takes Eric Killmonger up and tells him T'Challa tells him we'll heal you, don't worry, we need to heal you. And then Eric Killmonger says, no, I don't need to be healed, I need to bury me in the ocean where I could see my ancestors. And then Eric Killmonger dies, and then and that was probably the saddest part of the film, where he dies. And what else? What else was I about to say? Dies, and then they go out and blah blah blah. No, then they start, and then later on they later on they talk. Nakia and T'Challa walk, not walking, but like they're standing by, they're watching stuff, the kids, and then T'Challa, and then they have T'Challa and Nakia are kissing, and then later on they go to California, and that was also another funny scene. I forgot to tell you that I missed. I was supposed to tell you. I forgot. There was my first favorite scene was when we see his call saying, "What is love, baby? Don't hurt me." I love that part. That was funny. I laughed. But there was the third part was like, my first favorite was like when Shuri says, when you took me to when you took me to when you took me to California, I thought it was Coachella, not Coachella or Disneyland. And then they go back. Then they go to the place, and then T'Challa says, "This is where our father killed our uncle, and then then they see the spaceship, and then after that these kids the kids who are playing basketball, they see the spaceship, and then one of them said the Bugatti, that looks like a Bugatti spaceship, and then Sherry says, I wouldn't touch that if I were you, and then one of the kids said, who are you, and then kind cliffhanger, and then credit scenes. T'Challa and the others go for a meeting, and after that, there was another credit scene. Spoiler right here. To T'Challa. Wait. T'Challa. Not T'Challa. Spoiler: these kids come out, and then they see this man, and then this man comes out, and that is Bucky Barnes. That was the most surprise. I was so happy because they were teasing for Avengers Infinity War, obviously, and then Sherry's like, "How are you feeling?" I'm good, and then you see Bucky, looking at the James Bucky, he looking at the view, and yeah, that was about it. So yeah, that was my spoiler talk. Hope you enjoy.